Yo, all right, my microphone's working. All right. All right. Hey, everybody, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is Sunday, April 26th. This is the weekend review here at TopFlightTrades.com. If you haven't come over to the website, come check it out. It's at TopFlightTrades.com. And come on over, check it out, and get free access for life to the premium picks, as well as a lot of other fun stuff. Most importantly, go to the when you register there and you go look at the premium picks, it's we have charts and videos to support it, but there's also a table that is a list of all the premium picks with the returns for the year. And there's another tab that goes back and looks at last year, but go ahead and check that out. We're doing good this year. What did I see? The S&P is at like 0.3%. Now it's near 2%, but I think we're near 8%. So that's without any compounding, just straight up average of all the plays. And we've been in about 110 premium picks this year so far. April has been the slowest month. I think we probably have about 10 for the month, if that. So, all right. I guess I got here a minute early. Okay. Well, again, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. If this is your first time watching the video, what this video is, I do this every weekend, every Sunday usually. And what I do is I pretty much take a look at look at the markets here, look at some charts. We'll take a look and see how the markets did this week compared to how we started, last week. And then we take a look at some stocks that I'm watching for this week that I might enter. And then, just pretty much look at some charts and then look ahead in the next week. And then when we get to the end, our members will be invited in the call, and we'll kind of have a social time, and we'll kind of look at some charts and talk about stuff. So I'll go through my routine here pretty quick. I have a few stocks to look at today. I probably have quite a few, but I'll go through them pretty quick. So don't worry about that. Let me see here. All right. Okay. So let me look here. I don't know if this chat feature never ever has seemed to work, but you might see chat over there on the side, which is over here. No, over there. One side of the screen. I don't know. Then there's also the Q&A. You might see that, questions and answers. Of course, you have a question, you can post it there. I'll check it throughout the video here, primarily when I get to the end, and then I'll be able to answer any questions if you have any questions for that. Otherwise, I could be reached out again over at TopFlightTrades.com. Hey, the other thing over there at TopFlight Trades is I have a new chat feature over there. It's new as of a couple of weeks. I haven't really done a really good job getting the word out. But when you go to the website and you go to the website, and all the pages is a red tab in the corner. It says premium chat. And there is an individual chat one-on-one, and there's also a premium group chat for members. And also you go up in the menu under premium, you'll see it says group chat, and it'll take you to a page, not just a pop-up. But I try to monitor that through the day. If there's anything quick I need to post, I'll post it there. So one thing with the website, it's kind of a lot of work to post and get it out there. So I don't just post everything, every thought and every stock I see, I don't post it as a posting, but I will try to do that there in the chat room, and also over at StockTwits. If you're over there, check out StockTwits, and you can see me there as well. Okay, let's dive right on into the charts, and we'll take a look here and see what we're looking at for the week. And where is my charts? That's not the screen. Oh, here it is. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so here's the SPX, S&P. So this is where we landed Friday, and you can see it pretty much drew some resistance here, right there, about to 2118, just about. So that is where we're at. Boy, it only seems like a couple weeks ago we were down here on this line. 1, 2, 3. It was about a month ago. So yeah, I'm glad to see us back in up this end of the range and down here. So that's good. So obviously, now we're up at the peak, up at the highs, darn near. This next week is going to tell us whether we go above sideways or beneath it. Of course, I'm optimistic. I don't stay too closely tuned to the news or anything like that. And sometimes I see too much. It's easy to get emotions involved, but I'm pretty good at not letting emotions get involved most of the time. Anyways, one thing I have noticed by not listening, if that makes any sense, I haven't heard a lot of as much negative talk this week. Well, why? Because look what the markets did this week. It went up. Here before that, it was negative. And geez, you get over here in these weeks and you get these clowns on TV. It's just doom and gloom. And, the sky's falling. But, as soon as they're not right, as they hardly ever are, then they shut up. So it's pretty quiet right now. So I like where we left off on Friday. It's nice to get three green days there. And again, now we're up to the resistance. So this next week here, hopefully there's not any political or social or economic unrest or uncertainty in the world. And this thing can just continue to punch on through. So, all right, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Same kind of thing. The NASDAQ is up a little higher. And it did clear above this point. I did have resistance drawn in here originally, but then you could say, okay, how about that point? We did clear it over here. Now we're up. But I did note, of course, we kind of do have this ascending trend line here. And that's where we're at right now. It seems to meet up with these other 2 points. So again, same kind of thing, except being horizontal. Now we're sloping upward on the resistance. But again, I'm still hopeful for it to move. And then we'll take a look at the Dow. And here's the Dow. So now we kind of have a downward sloping line in what we were looking at here. We kind of hit it and bounce, came, poked through. And then that was Friday, a week ago Friday. That was that horrible day. And then we're trying to recover a bit. So, it's kind of where we're at. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot through. First, let me get into a couple of premium picks. I just posted 2 new premium picks today. Okay. I actually have a couple of more and I'll go through them. And the reason why I didn't post a couple more than the 2 is because we have earnings like Monday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. And I normally don't play through earnings. If you do, great. I'll tell you about these stocks, but I'm not putting earnings plays on the premium list because I want the list to have some good performance, obviously, and have some history and some strength behind it, and not so much just uncertainty of earnings, because earnings can go either way. Even if a company posts good earnings, the stock can go down 5%. I don't want that. I want to, I'm not for any volatility. But just earnings is just a crapshoot sometimes. So, okay, so let's take a look at the couple here. And these, first one is Sonic. Okay, so this is not my standard typical breakout that I like to see. This is pretty much, I just call it a bottom play. It's really not at a bottom, but it's the bottom of the channel. It's come off support. I think it's as far down as it's going to go right now. So, of course, I could be wrong. But I do like this right here. You can see I had drawn in the support line right down here. And it carries right on over about that point. And I kind of bolded, but we have the 100-day moving average right here underneath it. Okay. And then, of course, I have this horizontal support line I drew back in here where it gapped up and held that line. So that's what we're looking at. So you could see that. And, of course, I kind of drew them what I'm looking for in this trade. I have a stop set. I believe it's 6%. Yes, 6% approximately, $1.90 less than the entry. And I'm thinking with this thing moving in the channel, I'm thinking 30% we can clear on it. So that gives a good 5 risk reward. So that's what I'm hoping for. If this does fail, the support area here, my entry, what I'm looking for, I think we're probably going to come down to this area, maybe on this support. But then again, at that point, we'll be underneath the 100, and then that could change things a little bit. But that's all right. That's what we're looking at here. I like Sonic. It's an A+. It's got some good strength. It's got some good everything right now. So I like it. Yeah, it's looking really good. So, and I intend to play this myself personally tomorrow on Tuesday. No, what day is it now? Sunday. So Monday. So I intend to play it myself. So next one is AOS. It's kind of hard to see what I have on my charts here. I have it draw a vertical line whenever we have earnings, and it's a yellow line. It's kind of covering up the candle, but you can see we kind of got this doji going on up here. And I can't really see the wick very well, but anyways, let me zoom out again here. what we were watching for as we come up to this point here, about 66. Yeah, 66, and kind of bounced around. This traded sideways for a bit. And we're waiting for a breakout. Well, Friday we got it. It gapped up. But that's it, and it closed. I guess it did close up 1.4%. Anyways, I'm looking. I want to come up a little bit more for an entry, and right now I have an entry set at 66.75, I believe. Yes. And if you go to the premium picks and the tables, you'll see I post the trading plan. I post where I intend to enter. I post my stop. I post as well as two profit targets. I don't always play with targets, but I know somebody had asked that I share some with you, and I do. But if I hit profit target 1 and 2, it doesn't mean I am out personally if I'm playing it. I may hold it for 6 months. I mean, there's no telling, but I just wanted to put that in there for you to give you an idea of what I expect is possible, reasonable, and achievable for the stock to do in a somewhat short-term time frame. Not talking years, obviously, but when I post those profit targets, those are what I expected to achieve in the first profit target, usually within hopefully a month, and the second one within like 2 months. 4 to 8 weeks or so is what I expect. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes a lot sooner. So anyways, this is AOS. Let me jump back and look at the, here's what we're looking at on the weekly. Okay, let me jump back and look at the daily. So anyways, I just kind of like we've been trading sideways here, looking for a nice gap up here, and we already cleared earnings. Earnings was 65 cents versus the estimate of 61. Earnings is behind us. And, one thing I don't know is if this posted after Friday's close. So if so, this thing could be up and running in the morning. So if you're going to play AOS, definitely watch the markets. Keep an eye on this. I wouldn't buy it flat out of the gate, straight out of the gate. Let it, again, my rule is I never buy it in the first 15 minutes, at least maybe a half an hour. But you might find a good opportunity for a pullback or something on the 5-minute, in the first half an hour, but wait 15 minutes or so. That's just how I do it. You could do it however you want. I'm just sharing you what I do. Okay, so those are those two. The other one I want to share with you is CNC, Centene. Okay, so I am personally in Centene right now. I forget where I'm at, but Centene. I played an option with this one, and I'm dabbling with options a little bit, learning. Not really sure what I'm doing yet. I'm kind of learning and earning some money and losing some money at the same time. That'll be another video, another day. But anyways, I'm just letting you know I am in CNC though. So what I was playing is this breakout here. So I think I bought in right about here. I don't see what triggered my entry. I don't see a nice candle, but anyways, it pulled back and then now we're finally taking off. So either way, this is, so, looking at entry at 71.72 and we're currently at 773. If this is when you're interested, and it's not too late to get in. Earnings, now keep in mind, this is the big one. Earnings is coming up on the 28th. When is that? In 2 days. That's where we at now, Sunday. So Tuesday. Yeah, so this is going to cancel that out for a lot of you. Yeah, earnings in 2 days. So that's why I didn't put it on the premium list. Okay, I'm going to shoot through a bunch of others that I'm watching here, and I'm that could make the premium list this week, maybe tomorrow night. Again, it's earnings season. Watch out for earnings. I don't have the lines very bright here, but we get an earning right here on the 5th. But I'm hoping to see this thing break through 55.50 and head towards 60. Again, earnings might be what we need to just punch this through, or it's going the other way. So that's ATHM. I already went over Sonic. Another one I like, Sherwin-Williams. Been watching this one. Got a nice little channel here. We're kind of bouncing around. You see we kind of broke through resistance here. Came back, touched it as support. Held it. And we got the 50-day moving average in play there. Now we're underneath it. So let's see if we can finally break on past this again and start moving higher. So it's currently at 282. Looking for some movement up as a confirmation before I enter. I want to head on here with Cavum. Now, to me, this setup is gone. But if you give it a week, this thing could take some shape again. And a lot of you probably love playing these deeply red days because to you the stock is cheap. to me, it's broken through support and it just has to climb back up through the resistance. And no, I don't jump all over these, but you might. But I wanted to point it out to you. Cavum is I don't know the full story on semiconductors. Semiconductors took a beating on Friday, so that's why it's down. It's not because of anything else, I don't think. It's still rated an A+. Relative strength is a 92 compared to the S&P. So yeah, looking good there. That's one. THRM I'm watching. Well, actually, this was a premium pick we just had. We haven't met the entry on it yet, though. So it's still in play. And we also have earnings coming up on the 30th. So what's that, next Thursday? This coming Thursday. So watch that. And while I'm here, let me adjust this. Earnings. Let me make that a bright yellow so we can see it. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so that's THRM. That is a premium pick. Earnings is coming up. That's why it's on my list just this week. Another one I've been watching and liking now is Alaskan Air. We had these 2 points here we were watching, and when this got my attention, it was down here off the 100-day moving average, and Thursday, Friday really took off. I didn't really see that. We had earnings, beat earnings by a penny, but now we're shooting up. So we're outside. We finally pierced that upper resistance line, that trend line there. And then I had identified this other previous point here, 69.50 or so, 69.42. That we might see resistance there. We pierce above that, then this thing could be taken off. So here's the weekly chart. You can kind of see. So trading sideways, holding up pretty good compared to previous pullbacks. Just trading sideways. So let's see if we can get above that and take off, and that'd be really good. Start heading towards 80. Okay. Facebook just had earnings, was off by a penny. 23 cents reporting versus 24 estimate. Okay, so look at the volume. Okay, and we've come down to this support line that kind of drew. It's not exact. Somebody else might draw it differently. Well, at least we have that point. We have this point. We got a candle wick in between. So it's pretty good, pretty strong. So we'll see how next week does. This could bounce right off it. Maybe people's memories will be short term and they won't remember that it missed by a penny or it's not by much anyways. So might get a play out of that. Off that support line. So keep an eye on that one. Another one we've been watching is PNK. I call it pink. It's not pink. It's Pinnacle Entertainment. We were watching it back in this area, waiting for it to find some new highs. Actually, it formed this kind of trading sideways tightly here. And then it finally took off, gapped up. I don't remember why. Gapped up. It's been creeping up and then trading sideways again. Had earnings, starting to get a little action out of it, so I'm watching that one as well. Another one I kind of like is Monster. Again, we had earnings. This thing gapped up to 144 or so, pulled back, been trading sideways, and I've been watching it. Not sure what it's going to do, and it's now, if you can see here, obviously, in the last week, it's been creeping up. So now we're kind of getting back up to this area, about 142. So that's good. So it closed up 1% at 141.78 on Friday. So we'll keep an eye on that one. That thing could definitely pop tomorrow or next week, anytime. We have earnings coming up on the 14th again. So let's see. Last earnings was 72 cents versus 59. That was a 22% increase. The surprise there. Next is 68. So all right, we'll keep an eye on that one. Another one I like is VRX. Looking for new ground here. This one's currently priced at 210. ABC. Same thing here. Let me draw a line in here. Kind of waiting to see, get a little movement out of this. We're holding that tight. We got earnings in 3 days, and that might be what pushes this one to the next level. And again, if this is kind of one cool thing. This is an A+, by the way, with Market Smith. But ABC, it's one good thing about options I kind of like. Again, if I want to take advantage of the gains, I don't need to, it's leverage. I don't need to kick out, $10,000, to play this. I can pick up or just throw down a few $100s. And I am playing, like I told you, I'm playing CNC through earnings about some options, and I'm going to play through it just to kind of see what happens. And again, I'm learning. I'm learning. I got to learn, and I got to learn by doing. It was often how I learn. And so I'll keep you filled in what I'm doing, but don't follow what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm seeking the right guidance from people, and I'm kind of experimenting. So I wouldn't suggest buying options before earnings. If you were to do it in front of any companies, these are the ones I would do it for. ABC is, again, another strong company, and I have confidence more than not that they are going to beat earnings. Now, what the market thinks of their beating earnings, who knows? Again, we've seen stocks just tank after good earnings, and gap up after bad earnings. So there's really no telling. So, but anyways, I like ABC here. So we're watching that. It's priced at 115. It was up 0.25% on Friday. And again, earnings is coming up in 3 days. Moving on. EA. Okay, here's EA. I am in EA. We have earnings coming up in 8 days. I like this one as well. We have Tractor Supply Company, TSCO. We finally broke up above 90 there, the resistance we had identified. We're up through it, and we might be kind of pulling back to touch it. We'll see how this week fares. So it's Tractor Supply, TSCO, UTHR, United Therapeutics. We've played this one before. We played this one back in here as a premium pick, top of the year. And this was one that we exited out because we did so well, and the market got funky back in here, and we closed out some positions, just took the money off the table. It continued to climb. We had obviously a bad day here. Don't remember what that was about. But anyways, we're coming up here and kind of trading sideways, trying to form a small base there, just at least trading sideways. We have earnings. What's it going to do? Estimates 210. Last quarter was 261. Before that was a 50-cent loss. 53-cent loss. So, wow. So things could be really accelerating, obviously. It's a $3 difference there. So could we see that continued trend of super accelerated earnings? We'll see. UTHR is rated an A+ with Market Smith, IBD. Earnings in 2 days. And actually, my chart says 1. So, this is the 28th. Yeah, the other one says 28th. Okay, so, excuse me. Another one I like, ABMD. I'm watching this one. It gapped up and flagging there a bit. Another good outfit. So, earnings coming up again here in just, 8 days. So, again, I'm watching that one. I don't know if I'm going to play that one or anything. Now, RH has kind of come on my radar for a couple technical issues, some technical plays, and I've added it to my technical playlist. Let me see if there's anything here. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, so now we got this support line here I just drew. As you can see, we've clearly hit the bodies of those candles there. I could probably raise that up a little bit. Okay, I like that. So that's probably why it's showing. We got some moving averages here. What do we got? The 100-day and we got the 50-day coming together, and you get the 13-day right there. And looks like we closed just above it. So that is good. And where's the 13-day? It was 91.78. Yes, we did close above the 13-day as well. So, and we got the support line here. So this could be a really good play as well. And how is RH, Restoration Hardware, doing? It's rated an A. Okay. Relative strength is 78 out of 100 versus the S&P. I like that. It's not as high, but so okay. RH, I'm watching that one. CDK. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let me see here. Let me draw a line in here. Wow. That's where I'd be with it. We're just poking through there. Earnings in 3 days. Okay. It's not showing it, but it shows it over here on the right. Earnings in 3 days. So, again, that can send this thing popping. And again, we'll look back in 2 weeks and we'll have this beautiful formation here with a huge pop. And it's gonna paint it like we expect. I tell you, I don't think it's going to drop. I think it's, and then we'll look back and say, look at these patterns are just so consistently amazing. Well, we're drawing it right now. And what do you want to bet? We'll look back at a few of these and they'll be strong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know anything. Gene. Okay. Watching this one. Earnings in 3 days. Okay. Got a little action here. It looks like we did clear. I drew this line here to show that we did close up above this previous high. Okay. It's not a lot, not very strong. Well, Friday's candle was pretty good. It was up 2.25%. You may want to see it get above 120. Others may want to see it get above 130 before they get in. And with earnings in 3 days, we might just see that. Celgene, A+. Relative strength, 85 out of 100 against the S&P. Earnings in 3 days. Okay. All right. I'm still going here. I have a few more. CRTO. Okay. Earnings in 8 days. You can see we've come up to this area here. Let me zoom out and you can see our resistance area. We've essentially kind of hit it. You could actually probably bring this down a bit and say we peeked through it over here. But either way, we're right up to this point here. We're above our moving averages. Definitely like to see it find new highs. I'd definitely love to see it get back in the 44 area and then hopefully shoot up to 47 or so. Earnings in 8 days. HZNP. How about that? This thing just is climbing and climbing and climbing, and it's never coming back. Well, it's got a pretty good run here the last year. Darn near. So, yeah, going back to last July. So, awesome. What a run here. One thing I'm just noting here, we're not really getting much of a pullback, but we are kind of trading sideways. And looks like we're wanting to come back to the 13-day EMA here, but let's see if we can find new highs. Might be a little, well, I mean, you can always say it's overextended a bit, but you know what? They've been saying that for a long time here, haven't they? It's just still climbing. If you were to play this and you like HZMP, I'd wait for a new high myself. I'd wait for 32 on a good day. And you might be able to squeeze a good 10% out of it, if not more. And again, earnings are coming up in 11 days. 22 cents is the estimate. And I think that, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on whether it's going to beat earnings, but looking at the chart, I think that most people will agree that Horizon Pharmaceuticals is doing quite well and will continue to. Next, we have Molina Healthcare. Okay, this is kind of the same as like, what was it, Restoration Hardware, or what was the other one I liked? I got so many here. ALK. I guess basically just coming back to the support area here. Kind of had that down day here I guess that was that last Friday. Anyways, we're kind of holding support here. We have earnings coming up in 10 days. So we'll see how this does. This is healthcare. Relative strength is 94 of 100 out of 100 against the S&P, and it's an A+ with Market Smith and IBD. So this could be a nice little bottom here. You're waiting for that pullback. Here you go. If it long as it holds the 50 support to the gold line and gets above the 13, to me, it would be a buy. So I'd wait for get a good day to get up and close above 13. So it could be near 65, and then that'd be a good starter position to enter. And then with this last batch here, I have Ulta, wanted to point out. Okay. Ulta was up 0.1%. Yeah, not very strong. Earnings are out 43 days, which would give us back into early June. But we haven't really broken out here at all. You can see it's kind of pulled back, tried. Not very strong. I'm not really looking real confident in this one, but this, of course, could absolutely take off tomorrow. Who knows? That's what I'm watching. Okay, then I'm going to shoot through again. These are some more of the technical plays that come up. I won't provide great detail necessarily on these, why these setups are. Some of these are my super top secret setups. So I'm not going to give away what criteria makes them so great. You may not think they're great at all, but I do. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. I'll share them with you, but I'll just go over them. And they're nothing too difficult. Actually, if you looked at some of the you looked at volume and price action, and you looked at some basic indicators, you might be able to figure it out. I can tell you that so these setups, these technical setups, are very simple and they're extremely reliable. Okay, I'm not selling these or anything like that, so don't get on me then. I'm selling you anything, but no, these are just my setups. I really like them. They're extremely reliable. And so again, all I'm going to tell you is my technical plays. And go back if you go to the website there, you'll see under the technical plays tab in the menu system, you'll see them, and I've been adding them there. I have multiple different systems listed there. I can go back and see which systems those are. And you can see they're mixed. Some they will appear on there more than once. You might see one stock appear 3 times in 1 week or 3 times in 2 or 3 weeks. And they fluctuate. But we got some real winners in there too as well. And I've been using this system for going back a long time. And in fact, if you go back and look at the premium picks back from 2014, a lot of those are from that system. Okay. So yeah. All right. Well, I'll just shoot through these really quick again. So they may not all let me restart over. They may not all look like they're good setups. Okay. But looking at my system, when it gives me a result, oftentimes they don't, but oftentimes don't count on it. Oftentimes, a lot of times they just take off. Okay. And it's almost like when you least expect it. So I don't mess with it. I just rely on the history of them. Sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're right, but whatever. What they very, very rarely do is go down. Okay. Of course they do sometimes, but, all right. Pacey, this is one. Paycom. This one's on my list here. I have no plans to enter this right now. I probably should, since my system's telling me so, but I have my eyes on a few other things as well. I kind of talked about those. But we'll keep an eye on this one. It's on the list there, and we'll see how it does in the next few weeks. The other one is Buffalo Wild Wings. BWLD. Okay. So you look at this one and you say, well, because really I wouldn't get into this just yet. Okay, and this is my system telling me so, but what I see here, let me just do this. Something crudely like that. It's not exact. Okay. So you see that's kind of where we're sliding down here. We want to get it to clear that, right? Yeah, that's true. You could probably draw the same thing over here on this guy right here. You can see it tried there, whatever. All right, do that. Okay, we're starting to clear it there, perhaps. We have earnings coming up here in 1 day. So that's probably what's going to, again, this is going to be another one. This is going to take off. We'll come back here Tuesday morning. It'll be back up at 193, or it'll be down here to 164. So, okay. Well, obviously this has been just kind of been trading downward for a while since last quarter. Call it a flag? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, whatever. Everything's a flag these days, right? Okay. We're waiting to find new highs, but we'll see what that does. Next, we have LinkedIn. It's reporting earnings here in a few days. Yes, 3 days as well. Kind of the same. Last earnings, it gapped up, traded sideways, got weak. I don't know if it came down. No, it didn't touch the 100-day, but it came back down to 245 or so. Essentially kind of filled the gap, it looks like there. All right, now we're kind of getting a bounce out of it. We are underneath the 50-day, I think. Where's the 50-day? Wow, it closed above the 50-day, just above the 50-day. Huh. Okay, earnings in 3 days. Watch that one. The other one, Guild. Still watching Guild here. Here's Guild. Okay, you might recall we were watching it back in this area. Kind of broke through, pulled back, and then we said, hey, look at that. Look at all the moving averages come together right here. And that's where it was. Look what it did the next day. Boom. So went up from 101 to 105 approximately. Wow. Okay, now we're pulling back a little bit again. We have earnings in 3 days. So I like that one. And then I already talked about RH. This hit my radar as far as the technical play. And then again, so did Sonic. So those are them. Let me take a look here. Let me shoot back over and see what we have. Okay. Excuse me. How about the NHL playoffs? Anybody watching that? Wow. I'm watching it when I can. Yeah, I love hockey. So this is my time of year. We got Ottawa and Montreal on right now, which of course I have it turned off so I can pay attention to you. That's fine. Okay, let me see what else can we look at here. A couple of things. Let me find my screen. That is not the screen I'm looking for. Okay, let's go here. All right. All right, back to you here. And let's do this. Go back to screen share. All right, screen share. Okay. Here is, we have to populate it. Okay, it's loading. This is the premium picks for this year. So, okay, you can see I added AOS and Sonic up here. So, okay. And of course, I have the current price where they closed, and I have my entries. Sometimes the entries are beneath the current entry price, beneath the current price, because that means that they cleared my entry target. Sometimes the price is still a little bit underneath my entry. That's because I want it to just climb a little bit more. It's essentially made the breakout or whatever I'm trying to see. But just in case the next day is a down day, I wanted to see it just give us another 50 cents kind of a thing, you know. Again, the markets can be tricky in the first 15 minutes of the morning. And, that's why I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I want to see what it's going to do. Let that get out of the way first. Because I don't want to get pulled into a false entry and have it clear my entry out of the gate. I buy and then have it pull back 20 minutes into the day and then turn red for the rest of the day. So I like to set the bar up a little bit. Okay, so how are we looking here? I got to add back the grades in here for the last few of these, but again, as you can see, I only pick A's or A pluses pretty much, and those grades are active when they're added. I don't go back through these every day and update them as the grades change. But obviously here in the last, look at April. How many do we have here? April, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, 10. 10 stocks for April. That's not a lot. I think in January we had 30. Excuse me. So, but hey, if we don't have any premium picks, we don't have any premium picks. We can't force them. If we forced them, we'd have a lot of stops. We'd have a lot of red ones in here. But, so far, not so much. But this month, I mean, look at a couple good ones. We had HAR from the 8th. A couple weeks ago, it's up 6%, and then Cyber up 12. Others are just kind of still floating around there. DHI is at -5.5. I'm not sure what's up with that one. But we did meet our first target, and then it's pulled back. But 8, who's got 8? CBG, that's good. Okay, so, and you can see here in the white. So you kind of get to the last part of the month. Well, not counting the new stocks, but even back in this area, there are several on the third week of March that it still haven't hit their first targets. I don't set these first targets very high either. I set them somewhat achievable. Sometimes they could be 5% above where we get in. Sometimes they're 10. I don't make these. I know some people like to play these quicker, so I set the targets a little more easy. They're not like, I'm not planning on holding these for like 2 years and they set a target that's going to be achieved in 6 months. These are just targets. Okay. But you can see we kind of have an area here where we didn't really achieve them. But, pretty much all the rest, all the first targets are hit and some of the seconds. Okay. So, again, it's kind of shooting through here with some of the winners. VDSI are up 20%. AMBA 19, MMS up 10, WOG, where'd it go? WOG, Ulta 14, VRX up 30, HBI 10, PACE 10, NXPI 17, SPR 14, PAN W 20, EA 23, okay, 11, 12, 14, 16, SNCR 28. And then here's the ones we stopped out of. And you can see I have them marked in pink where we stopped out. Okay, some of them even made our targets, then stopped out. So, and then these were some here that we had just simply sold. PCYC cleared 100%. That was the first trade of the year, I think, on the second. And then HSP 38%, Skyworks 21, UTHR 27. That was the one I told you we had already been in. AKRX 22, Serve 23. And then these last ones actually are ones we stopped out of and met the targets. Okay, so updating this today, we've been in 117 picks so far this year. 88 are still in play. We're 67%, and 29 of those 117 or 32%. Is that right? 32% is still in play. All right. Yeah, that adds up. Okay, so 32% has stopped out, 67% still in play. And then here we are in my numbers. The S&P is up 2.8%, 2.86% this year. We're up 7.77. So, and that's just an average of all these, straight up average, no compounding, no rolling dollars into one trade to the nether, straight up averages for all the plays. Even this guy we just entered today, it's included. And these will all mature out. Okay, so that is that. And let me look at a couple others here. And as you know, I draw a lot of this from these tables here. So this is the technical plays. Now, a lot of these, again, come from my super duper top secret criteria. But these, I post these pretty much every day after I run the reports and I get them. I run them. Some days we'll have just a handful. Other days we could have a dozen. But just actually for this weekend, I only have one. It's because some of these other ones we got just the last couple of days have already been selected. But, you know, you can see we're doing pretty good. TSM just from the 21st is up nearly 7%. And you got a couple downers here, but give them time. These aren't failures, you know. It's just give them time. These will all be green. And in fact, going back 2 days, most of these were red. And then, of course, Thursday, Friday did them really well. ALK, 7.5%. So we got single digits right now. Serve, okay. Yeah, so far so good. And then back early April, VDSI again, 15, data 10. And we got Mylan 30%. That's a good one. SHPG. So Mylan again 30.9. That was picked a little earlier. Mylan again 31.27. See, these keep coming up, and I'll post them too. I really don't care if I post them several times. So NTS 21. So that just goes back to the end of March. So that's what 147 or so picks. And you know, I have different systems. If you can see over here on the right, I have different systems, and I kind of mark which ones they are, so I can come back and do some analysis to see where my winners are. And I do that often to see which ones are really producing the winners. And I can also go back and all these and kind of back test them and all that too. So that is that. So, all right. Well, I've been talking for 45 minutes. I don't think there's anything else left for you to show you. Let me shoot over to the site real quick. Okay, so here is the site, and you've seen this place before, right? Okay, hey, I added the ticker down here. I don't know if you like that. I kind of want to mix things up a little bit. I did change the menu up a bit as well. You can see under premium, we have the new chat right here. Then, of course, here's our premium picks. This next one's a top 50. This is my top 50 stocks that I play and I'll view most often, okay? I don't scour the market for every single stock out there. Okay, I pick winners, and these are my top 50, and I rely on other systems to point me at these, and that sounds good to me. So that's what I like. So I try to keep playing with the winners and let the winners keep bringing us profits. Technical plays, I kind of just went over that sheet there. And I also have the new high, strong demand. And there's also fast growth companies. This is a new list I just added. And then industry leaders, another list. If you go to these, I don't think I'm putting a table on a lot of these. I think I'm just putting the charts. Okay, so basically I'm hot linking some charts here. These are live charts. And these will, of course, change each day. They're in alphabetical order. I'll put when I last update it. This was yesterday. Okay, so they're in alphabetical order. And these are just, again, this list is the fast growth companies. And then I do have a chart. Okay, good. So I've put the date on here when they've made it to this list, and then you'll be able to come back and see how well these fast growth companies are working. Is this a good list to play from? You know, we're all green in these things. Well, hey, maybe it's be good just to stick and trade stocks in that list. Then there's industry leaders. Okay, hold on here. Same thing. And you'll see some of the same companies in here. Okay. I think most of these are probably the same ones. I know we had AMBA and ACT in there. And okay. So same thing, alphabetical order. And I put this in here. So again, oops, you can see got the date when they're added. The snapshot, that pretty much just links you back to FinViz for the stock. You don't have to enter anything in. You just click it and it'll take you based on this symbol. It'll pull up a bigger chart from FinViz. The price that it was added, and then here's the last price, and then just pretty much, you know, percentage and dollar amount gain from that entry. So over in the free side, we got the master list of 200 stocks. Now this is as far out as I go for stocks, is this top 200 list. I will not go outside this. It's pretty much a rule of mine. I mean, how many stocks are out there in the market? 9,000, 7,000? I don't even know if that counts pennies. But anyways, I want the top. So even 200 sounds like a lot of stocks, but you know, looking at, you know, possibly 9,000, it's a very small percentage. So this is all of them. This is all 200. And this is not have a table. This is just straight up charts. And what I like about this is you can quickly scan through it. I often use Trading View for my charting. I got a tab through each one. And when I do this, I can at least quickly come here at the end of the day, look at these and look for my setups that I want to see. Okay, just quick scans. Oh, there's one. Here's one. Here's one. You know, who had a bad day today? You know, ooh, Avgo. Jeez, look at that. Ah, Cavum, look at that. So the chips got hammered Friday. Okay, ooh, Celgene's getting some life over here. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but anyways, yeah, I got other links, of course, in the performance. That's there. That'll be updated here in a couple of days for the end of April. Chart and contact. Yeah, so I'm trying to clean up the site a little bit. And again, I added the ticker at the bottom. That should update, and that has my essentially my top 50 that I'm watching. Okay. Yeah. And when you come here, always come on down to this area and look for the nearest post. I don't always put the latest post on the big banner thing here. It takes a lot of work to do this every single time, and it can cause delays if it takes me a while. It's pretty labor intensive, really. But if you want to see if there's anything new here, what I suggest is just scroll down here and look for the latest, and/or go over to the chat. You can click on it here. I'll pull up this window here. You can see I kind of post some things on here. What's going on? Hey, I posted this. I added that. You can see who's in the room with us. That type of thing. So, all right. Okay, I think I'm done with the screen share. I think I'm done with everything. All right. Man, I think someone's here again. Okay. I guess that is all. I don't have any questions from anybody. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'll be on chat here this evening. So if you want to have a question, track me down. If you want to look at some stocks, track me down. I might be available to give you a few minutes to look at some charts. So let me know. Again, hey, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. Thanks a lot for watching. It's Sunday, April 26th. Let's looking for a good, strong market tomorrow. We're going to kick butt, make some profits. And yeah. So, all right. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.